Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on the Crew 2, going to be going on a little bit of a road trip in a Formula 1 car. Because, I mean, let's be honest, if you could go on a road trip in a Formula 1 car, why wouldn't you want to give that a try? We're going to travel 37 miles, actually, to a racetrack. I don't know if it's to the next track, but certainly to a racetrack here. We're starting off in Roswell. This is basically where we finished, where we did the Rally Raid event last time out. Quite an interesting little town with all the UFO stuff around. It's kind of quite fun. When I teleported my way over here, that's the first thing you're greeted by is a giant. That's a very, very green Muppavur. I appreciate the colour right there, the commitment to the colour at least. Yeah, there is plenty of little UFOs around here. It's kind of strange driving. It's kind of strange driving a Formula 1 car. It's very, very quick. Oh, also it's a little bit damp. Little bit damp. Oh, that's some pretty mountains in the distance. I wonder if this is not the car to go. I wonder if I don't know. That satellite dish might not even be Pikes Peak over that way. Like, can I get to the top of that mountain? Possibly, but that will take a lot longer than I have time to film at this particular moment in time. And certainly, a Formula 1 car is not the sort of vehicle that you want to perhaps be going on that sort of adventure. The Formula 1 car is, as you can imagine, not particularly good when it comes to off-road. Hey, that's a truck. And the Formula 1 car is now very squished. I've had it less than a mile, and we would have wedged it underneath the truck because I was being a little bit stupid. Let's try and not crash into too many civilian vehicles. If we can go a road trip without ploughing into everything, that would be quite good. As I say that, we've pinged off another one. Oh, okay. Apparently all of my driving skills have escapade entirely here. I would have been better off just pointing at the mountain and seeing if I could manage that. Oh dear. Okay, let's just get back, pointing in the right direction, and let's not go and do anything. Let's minimise the stupidness. This part of the map that we are travelling across, actually I will show you in case you may not know it. This part of the map that we are travelling across here is sort of along the middle-ish area. Now, I don't really know too much about this part of America. Generally, when I do sort of big road trips, we end up coming across, like we often go past the ski jump over this way, or maybe at the very, very bottom. So I don't actually know much of the middle part. I'm kind of curious to find out what we might see in terms of terrain. Hoping for some interesting roads. It looks like we've got quite a nice wiggly route. It's some 40 miles. And this should eat up the miles relatively well. It's 39 miles. I don't know. Either way, we're down to 35 miles now with this. It's a stupidly fast car. So we shouldn't have too much in terms of the old problems here. Whoa, that was a pinged off a Mustang. I think it was a Mustang. What the bloody hell? That was a tree. Never mind. Whereas the way that was rendering in looked like some sort of weird metal structure. But I'm going so fast that the scenery is struggling to keep up a little bit. Now there might just be I'm playing this on Xbox rather than PC. I don't know what the render distance or the pop-in is like on the PC version of the game, but we are covering quite a lot of ground. It's okay, not going to be a drag car in terms of sheer top speed. I mean, if we're taking the drag car down this part, it would probably have a lot easier time of getting to 300 miles an hour on the public roads because it's relatively wide, relatively quiet, and mostly flat. Actually, mostly flat down. I'm going to go over this jump, and we're going to have a tremendous accident if we aren't careful. Oh, we're going to wiggle. We've also got a beepies. What have you found for me? Radar. Okay, so we've gone past it. So it's somewhere in this field. I think we're just pointing in the right direction. This is going to be a very easy place to get lost. No, it's not that way. It's got to be this. Ah, there it is. Found it. Perfect. The Formula 1 cars, this upgrades in the same way as all of the other vehicles, although what I am going to do, so Formula 1 car doesn't really need upgrades. One of the cars that is needing upgrades, I'm going to try this and see if this works. My Maserati, my hypercar, is a little bit behind in terms of its performance, shall we say. I managed to cheese my way to a race victory with the hypercar. Excuse me. I think we got stuck in all of that. Yeah, I did cheese my way to a victory in the hypercar at one point, basically by making it the widest Maserati you ever did see. But it's a little bit down in terms of parts. And I quite like that you can use those crates for whatever vehicle you want. If your plane needs parts, you can change into your plane and go up and bop them, and then you will get parts for your aircraft and so on. I've actually done very little of the... I just haven't been massively enthused about the plane events. I'm not great with aircraft generally. I mean, they're fun enough for covering large distances quickly. Realistically, if you weren't going to teleport this distance, you'd be better off taking a plane. However, yeah, none of the events have really grabbed my attention quite in the same way as some of the... well, as the vehicle-based racing games. Even the motocross is good fun, and so on. The planes, just not quite... They're interesting enough. There are some interesting game modes with the planes. They just haven't grabbed my attention in the same way. Christ. The speed that you get up to these ones. Of course, you know, this is very much a big arcade racing game, and you can carry a lot of speed in the Maserati, for an example, but nothing quite matches the Formula 1 car. I'm glad there wasn't a train coming, because I don't think I would have stopped. I don't think I would have seen the barrier in time to stop if I had needed to. I don't think it was going to render it in quick enough. We are just going to cruise along. This is your typical... I say this is your typical, like, Forza Horizon road that we have got right here. It is fast, it is flowing. I mean, there are corners to deal with, don't get me wrong, but it is, in a Formula 1 car, going to be basically flat out. Probably in the street cars or the hypercars, probably not quite as flat out around here. Oh, we got some wobbling. Hello, wildlife, don't mind me. I've not really got very much control. We're just going to spin the wheels across all of there. And there we go. Ooh, train! Hello, train. Good, I mean, by train, it didn't last particularly long. So far, train it's apparently not the most exciting bit of the country that we could have ended up on, in combination of both road and sort of scenery. There was some kind of cool rock formations going on, and now it's just fairly arid shrublands and the occasional house. You, sir, have got it's like a junkyard. I was about to say, you have got a long journey if you want to go anywhere. You have got I mean, I guess that is how it is like in parts of America. Ooh! We have found a junkyard. You've got a lot of the same car there. You could probably put them all together and make a kind of working vehicle. There are some other... There's kind of some very, very rusty vehicles in here. And then you've got some very, very pristine, clean vehicles in here. I've clonked into a wall. Don't mind me, I'm just exploring your junkyard in my Formula 1. You know, it happens. Oh, you're a petrol station. Ah. I mean, I don't know if they work. Kind of slightly looks a little bit abandoned out here. I found another very solid thing. Oh! Now no one knows it's a petrol. Run away! I mean, you're not going to be able to catch me. We're going to just run. Run away. I did knock down your sign. I apologise. There was not much else out here. We had to go and we had to go and investigate something. There had to be something along the way. Plenty of cacti if you want to go and, look at some cacti. Oh, okay, there's a great big tanker up there. It's like a trucking depot. I think it is. It's just random trucking I guess it kind of makes sense. Trucks, if they had to traverse this sort of area, have somewhere like a truck stop or something along the way. Let's not bump into the barrier. I'm doing a terrible job of driving. I'm actually doing an awful job of driving the Formula 1 car. Apparently it's slightly tougher to drive than I was prepared for. As I said, it is slightly down. In fact, I'm kind of surprised. So when I loaded up the game, it was nighttime and it was pouring with rain, and I left it a little bit so that we could have a slightly better vision, better visibility for driving on this road trip. I'd rather do it in the day. Essentially, we'll see more scenery, we'll see more bits and pieces. Oh, I've got a new game. Every gas sign we must steal. Yoink. And that one there is out of the way. Oh, we found like a little township in the middle of nowhere. I'd say it might be a massive bloody town in real life. Hello, everybody. Don't mind me. I have a Formula 1 car. No, nobody's even paying any attention. I mean, not everyone's interested in cars, but even those not interested in cars would probably pay attention if a Formula 1 car Also, they're not walking on... Why are you on the roads? There's a footpath. There's a perfectly good footpath. There are more people than there are cars here. Maybe that's why you're walking on the... Come on the footpath. I'm doing my civic duty of sorting out... That you nearly fell over. I saw that. They're not really paying any... Obviously, this is like a quiet enough town that they don't really have to care too much about being on the, on the footpaths and everything. Well, we'll leave the sleepy little town to its own devices. Oh, we'll jump a Formula 1 car. This looks like we're going to get some airtime here. Fly? Oh, not quite. Not quite enough to fly a Formula 1 car. Apparently there's a meteor crater around here. I know there is. I remember seeing it on the map, meteor crater. I guess we might be driving vaguely close to it. There's a lot of nothing over there, and I can't really see anything in terms of a meteor crater. Maybe we will end up blasting through it. There's another... Again, just sort of motels, and that's all we've got on on the... We really are in the absolute middle of nowhere. Speaking of, I say absolute middle of nowheres, it's incredibly warm where we are in England currently, and once more, Ice Cream Bloody Van has turned up. Every time, like, this is not... It normally interrupts me when I'm streaming. This is not even the right time to interrupt during streaming. This is just interruption because I'm doing something. As soon as I get the microphone out, they know they've got to... I would like... I'll be fair. I would like an ice cream right now. I imagine the people in this, what feels like a very, very hot part of America, they probably would like an ice cream as well. So, ice creams for everyone sounds like a really, really good idea right about now. Let's not plough into... I should not be running in oncoming traffic quite so much through here. I say it's so quiet out here. It doesn't really matter too much. It's just there's going to be that one time I'm going to go right. Oh, that's a tight corner. We're off exploring again. Just a smidge exploring. Whoops. Anyway, yeah, it's so quiet around this part of the map that it doesn't actually matter too much. I could run just about wherever I want with no issues. We were on the motorway where all the traffic was. When that was actually quite difficult to navigate in, was that in the Maserati? And then we've come here, and it is just absolutely nothing. We've found a few restaurants along the way. We can stop for food. As far as exciting roads go, yeah, this is very much if you want to. I mean, the hypercars would probably like it down here. You want to go real quick. I guess in some ways the Formula 1 cars. Oh, I saw a gas sign. I didn't see why it was there. Is there gas? I mean, are these barrel? Is this like a emergency, all's gone wrong, can I fill up my car? I'm not putting whatever is in those barrels into my car. I wouldn't trust them. I would not. There might be dead bodies in those barrels, to be honest. Let's just remove the side. You're coming with me. Yeah, I mean that's a good dumping place. But not that I've watched too much Dexter recently or anything. Yeah, are we finding another one of these sort of just small little towns? Well, small little towns with a lot of people and not a lot of cars. Yeah, I mean, like traffic density is always an interesting thing when it comes to these open world games. Oh, they want me to take a photo with a gas station. I can do that. Is that the gas station we need? I mean, if I get 15 grand just for pulling up in front of a gas station, I'm cool with that. Yes, it is. Fantastic. What a what a happy coincidence. Perfect. And I think we'll have a sign to steal. I should have knocked the sign over and taken a picture of myself with the sign on the floor. But, there we go. And, bop, I presume that was the gas sign. Or it was a lamppost. I don't know, it's knocked over now, either way. And, well, that was something. Yeah, I kind of wish a little bit, personally. I talked about this a tad before, like, when you go on these road trips, hey, we leveled up. I would like to see more of the, like, silly little distractions along the journeys. More slaloms around the place, more escapes or whatever other... particular game modes to do on trips like this. It's always exciting when it comes up with a little photo thing. That is... I quite like the photo. It pops up with take a photo in a certain scenario with a certain thing. And you actually get decently rewarded. 15 grand's not terrible. So it's kind of worthwhile doing it. And, oh, that's a real tight corner. Okay, I was not paying attention at all to the map. I was seeing what pinged up at the bottom of the screen. Oh, no. We're playing in the bushes again. We also found a big old factory out here. Oh, I can't climb back up there. We are basically going through. That looks like a very sort of modern restaurant to be. Let's not think too hard. Anyway, yes, like the little distractions. Oh, I spot a gas sign. We got on the brakes nice and early in that time and bopped. There we go. Perfect. More distractions for these journeys is more good, essentially. When you've got to cover, or if you want to cover these sort of distances, if you want to go on these sort of road trips, and at the end of the day, that's what the crew is best at doing. So perhaps more photo opportunities. There's actually like abandoned, wrecked buildings going on over there in the distance. Yeah, I feel like just more little distractions would do this game a world of good in some of the... Okay, I know I'm not on exactly the most well-trodden path, but more distractions along the less well-trodden paths, especially the ones with less in terms of exciting scenery. We have kind of just been in... There's another train. The random thing over there. Oh, okay, never mind. From a distance, that looks peculiar. The star. Wait, hold on. Are you going to have a gas sign? No, you've got a cafe sign. How can I do my important duties if you haven't got even a signpost up there to bop over? That's no fun. I don't know why the Formula 1 car is the perfect sign bopping vehicle, but it just is. It is official. Oh, I can't bop any of the signs. God damn it. That's disappointing. First town not to feel the wrath of the Formula 1 car. Well, I knocked over like an electricity box, or I knocked over some sort of box. That's going to have to do. How are we doing? Oh, I missed turning. I was too busy messing around with the town and forgot that I actually needed to turn off the road. But there we go. So yeah, more distractions would be good. I don't even know if I think I got distracted before I finished my thought about traffic density. It's quite interesting to see the game having, bits of the map that are quiet, bits of the map where there is little in the way of traffic, but not afraid to crank up the traffic when it comes to the motorways, when it comes to the cities, and so on. Normally, often games will minimise that sort of stuff. Okay, traffic jams outside of perhaps the real big motorways, not so much. However, it's kind of an interesting thing to see in action. So if you do want to go and have a blast down a country road, you'll go out here and you won't find too much in the way of interruptions. Essentially, we found another bleepy thing, haven't we? Okay, so bleepy thing is off into this direction. Okay, Formula 1 car, show us what you can do on the dirt. Oh, that's a rock. Maybe not show us what you can do on the rocks. It's not very nice to drive here, as you can imagine. It kind of just spins the wheels. We really don't feel very close to it. There's a lot of steering lock. Let's save that. Oh, no. I'm stuck on a tree. Come on. There we go. Feels like we've activated this from a very long way away. I think we might have activated. I think I saw it blip up very briefly and then vanish earlier when I was on the road. Because this is a real long way. No, it's not that way. Okay, we're going back over here now. Ah, there it is. I can see it. We have found the crate. Perfect. With easy bits for the Maserati again. Easy bits for the Maserati. I will take that. Thank you very much. Indeed. Where is my Maserati gone? Have I gone the right way? Yes, I have. I'm going to stick these bits on the car just because it will up the vehicle's level, which should hopefully mean the parts we get are better. In terms of, I think the parts you get are not guaranteed to be better than the parts you have. They're guaranteed to be better than the overall level of your car, so there's still potential that you might get some lower tier bits. However, there is generally pretty damn good chance that you will be getting better stuff. I've never had a lower tier bit so far in my playing of the game, and I've played a good few hours now. So, yeah, I'm still not a huge lover, no, of the card-based system, but I can live with this one. It's not detracting from my my fun of the game. Right, we're just going to spin our wheels. Wow, we really cannot do more than about 60 or 70 miles an hour on the dirt, can we? I mean, okay, it's a Formula 1 car. You don't exactly expect it to be amazingly good off here, but... Rocks! Rocks again. I mean, that would have broken everything. That would have torn off wheels. That would have been a very uncomfortable experience for the poor Red Bull car. Thankfully, we've just got some mud on the wheels, and now we will blast along and not have too much trouble with any of that. Is that another junkyard? Oh, that might have had a gas sign. I should have probably gone and had a look. I don't know. We've gone too fast. We've actually now managed to find ourselves on a dual, so it's going to be even faster down here and even less. Well, less easy to make mistakes. There's so much more tarmac for us to be on, and we will continue to go at 230 through the desert. It's like a low-flying plane. Who knows where it would have come from? I got to jump. Come on. We need some. Oh, we need some turns. Hello. It looks like we are coming up towards a half-decent-sized town, actually, now. Okay, we might be getting back a little bit more towards some sort of civilization again. That's a lot bigger than the pokey towns that we have been going through. What the bloody hell is that? Is that a floating building? The hell is that? I think it was just a floating building. Whatever it is, it's gone now. Maybe it was the aliens. Roswell's not where we need to be. Out here in this random bit of the country. That's where the real aliens are hanging around. Let's not crash into the back of the Crown Vic. Well, we are within a fairly short way. 4.4 miles to go. Still not really found much. There was not much civilization along that route. There was not much in terms of wiggly roads. Well, like when I looked at it on the overview, it looked like it was going to be a fun route, but I guess the wiggles, when you look at it from a big drawn-out point of view, make it look, well, a tighter, twistier road, if you like. Oh, careful. Let's not do any more crashing than is absolutely necessary. We've done a bit more than I would have liked because of, yeah, I've just not driven amazingly. I say not driven amazingly well. It's just easy to get a little bit caught out by this car in places. I kind of like the way these drive though. They're kind of good fun. I still think perhaps the rallycross cars are the most enjoyable vehicles to go driving with. They kind of drive a little bit more how you'd expect from a sort of arcade racer in this style. They are quite fun to chuck around and throw about. What the bloody hell is that? Is that a fairground? What the hell is that? I know we're supposed to be going to... Oh, is that like a... Oh, we've actually incidentally stumbled on a racetrack. Because that looks like a... Oh, maybe we are actually at the racetrack. It might have to be... We have to circle around. That... Oh, no. Desert degree. It's like a massive thermometer. I wonder if that was like a racetrack. Like one of the big boards that shows the positions or something. Because I saw that over there, which I think is the racetrack we're heading towards. So that's just a giant... Yeah, I think that's just a giant thermometer for telling everybody the temperature. Again, I'd say, is that really a thing? It wouldn't even surprise me, actually, if there was that somewhere. What is it at? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be working, but it is there. That's kind of fun. That's kind of fun. The depths of the desert. Oh, that's the turn we need. I've locked everything up. The brakes perhaps don't feel as good on this car as you might expect from a Formula 1 car. Oh, it says giant thermometer there on the signpost. Yeah, the brakes on the Formula 1 car are not... I mean, I guess you kind of get away because you throw it into corners very hard, but actual stopping distance-wise is not the most amazing. Like, to come to a full halt, perhaps as you... I know we are going quite quickly in it, but it's a Formula 1 car. It should, you know, slow down at insane levels. Oh, we're going to make the corner. That's not where we wanted to go. Well, it is where we wanted to go. We just not got turned. It's a little fiddly on the old infield. I guess I can't go into that one. I think I have to go around here. Oh, Yeah, they have to go around here to get into it. And then we will get a chance to race in the Alpha Grand Prix. There we go, that's what the class is called. We will race this against the other vehicles. Actually, a little bit under-leveled in this. Maybe I should have put parts in my Formula 1 car. We will race the Red Bull against the game's own... Oh, is it like Proto Alpha something or other? Their own sort of fictional, slightly futuristic Formula car. Both cost around about the same amount of money. As you can see, both are competitive in this particular class. While, you know, perhaps the futuristic car maybe looks a little cooler, Red Bull being an actual Formula 1 car is kind of the one that I wanted to go for, really, you know, being a car that I've watched race, etc. I, basically fancied that having, you know, using the real car rather than the fictional futuristic thing. It actually kind of looks a lot like the futuristic car. What is it? The Formula X from Project Cars. I guess they're kind of all along the similar lines of. Whoa, that's a tight corner. Closed cockpit, open wheel, race cars. Jeez, okay, this is an interesting little circuit that we've got going on here. This is not a straightforward circuit. I also don't think I've stopped spinning the wheels for a second out of all of that. The other Red Bulls are not having a good time here. Did that just have like the entire back of the car catch fire? Maybe it's like a weird reflection or something. We've moved our way back up into third. Kind of also looks like a little bit of a garden rake is stuck on the back for the diffuser. I don't know. Oh, that's a tight corner. That was a big dive bomb. Oh, having a real good little battle here. Me and Milton. For the third position. It will probably be the position that's needed to complete the race, to make progress. We're going to go around the outside. There's a little bit of contact. Just a smidge. We've got the straight line speed. Actually kind of strange. From my racing with the AIs in races where I don't have the fastest car by a country mile, the AIs are very quick through the corners. Sometimes alarmingly quick through the corners, and then seem to be terrible when it comes to the straights. Which seems a bit counterintuitive. Normally when it comes to games it's the other way around, but either way, I mean, if I can come soaring back past... Well, that Jeff, have you got your magic oil and magic tape? Yes, it was Jeff. No, this is where Jeff's gone, when he's not being a race engineer. He's off trotting around America driving futuristic Formula cars. Although maybe that's where he gets the magic oil and the magic tape from. Ah, that would be where he steals it from... Proto, I think, is the name of the manufacturer. He just steals it from them, and that's why, when he's the engineer in other games, he has a big old advantage. That would make a lot of sense. He's also trying to overtake me. You can't overtake me. You can't do that. Oh, I was a little bit cowardly there, because I don't know this circuit whatsoever. First time driving it, so I don't know where on earth I'm going. Trying not to crash into everything and trying to remember where the important braking points were. Yeah, actually, this has been one of the more fun. I don't think it's quite as nice. There's one of the circuits up northeast of America. I can't remember the name of it. That's probably my favourite one. It's kind of one loops its way around in a forest. It's kind of quite a fun one to drive. This one, though, might be my second favourite of the circuits that I have tackled so far. I guess it's going to be a 3-lap race for these cars. We can be flat through here. Are we going to be not going to be flat through this bit? I don't think. No. Oh. Just about got away with it. A little bit of a ping off the wall. This Formula 1 car, yeah, okay, has nitro, a bit silly and everything. Kind of reminds me a little bit of all of the cars from the first crew, with its tendency to spin the wheels when you put the nitro down. I mean, you can imagine it's a lot of power and so on. Seems a little bit weird that of all the cars, this is the one that spins its wheels like a lunatic when you go to put the nitro down. But there we go. We've got to be a little careful. Other thing I have noticed with the AIs is I've had some really, really tough battles, really close battles for almost the entire race, and you get up to the 80% mark and the AIs suddenly forget how to drive and are just incredibly slow around a circuit or something. And I don't know whether we're going to see that here, with me being a slight bit under-leveled in some of the races where I have got a more respectable car and so on. Has been where I've seen it. Oh, big dive from Melvin. God dear. That was a massive dive. That was a humongous, crazy dive. Thankfully, he screwed himself over, hit a wall, and now it's going to be a 1-2 for, well, kind of a 1. Jeff's in second, and Jeff is an honorary FailRace member, so it's a 1-2 for FailRace with the Formula 1 cars. The fun's right. Take a little bit getting used to. I will definitely say these are one of the more difficult cars to drive. Easy to spin out, easy to do dumb things, and because, you know, they're fast, easy to carry way too much speed and clonk into important things. But they're a nice addition. I really wasn't, you know, expecting Formula 1 cars to be in the game. Really wasn't expecting Formula 1 cars to be in the game, and the fact that you can go on a big old Explorer across the country in a Formula 1 car if you so wish is pretty damn cool. Is pretty damn cool indeed. Even if the bit of the country that we happened to go to there was just a little bit of a nondescript desert, we still had a fun game of try and knock over the gas signs. And I think if you find yourself trying to or having to, you know, road trip across these more barren parts of the map, these less interesting parts of the map, then definitely knock over all of the gas signs that you can find is a good way to pass the time. I highly recommend it. I also recommend the Formula 1 cars. You'll probably have got one by now, let's be honest. They are great fun, and about 400 and something thousand credits. They are not that expensive. They are not that expensive at all. So good for racing across the country, good for racing around a circuit. That is going to be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.